Yeah, I like this workshop because you get to write just what you feel and what you know. It can be about yourself, so personal, or it can be about what like other people, so their lives and how you view it. But I think it's better to write it more personal because you get to you find out new stuff about yourself and you get to learn new things around you and to do with your family. I think that's kind of a cool thing to be able to know, and putting it into writing just makes it 10 times better because you get to express yourself through words and put your feelings and emotions and things that you know on the page, and I think that's pretty awesome.
My poem's called My Bibi. Grammars are special, they are all quite alike. There aren't many, but they keep us in delight. Special is an understatement, it's just not quite. Keep in mind that your grammar just might. They leave you when you're young, they even understand you when they're gone. But we want them most of all because they keep us strong. My grandma, my baby, she's my strength, my confidence. All gone down the drain when she left my presence.
Dear whoever it may concern, and soon that will be everyone. Letters, made up of only words, yet so powerful, creating memories, imprinting in the mind, arousing emotions strong and unforgettable, strengthening the bond between person and person. Ink marks mean so little on their own, yet so much when threaded together. The thought, the effort, the pride gone into them so precious. Letters, its beauty has been lost into the spiraling whirlwind of the past, its former glory and value dissolved into nothingness, replaced by the ever-changing monster called technology, with kind regards from time.
Separate but close, lonely in the same home, games were played, fights were faced, and I was kicked out. Inseparable forever, glued together, my guardian and saviour, fighter and warrior, but I was kicked out. Pushed to the limit, harshness infinite, sins committed, anger emitted, and I was kicked out. Silence ear-splitting, heart aching. Then a light came, made us one again. And I was in his security again, loving our sibling unity again. I was no longer kicked out.
I've enjoyed the lessons with Miss and Daljit. I've developed new skills, and I've made better poems, and I'd like to read one of my poems out. It's based on my grandpa, who passed away sadly, but I found recently a passport that he had throughout World War II. And this has all the stamps and the stamps that he got from the Navy, and they were really interesting, and I based my poem on that. The soldier stood proud and tall through 1945 when the enemies shall fall. The familiar crinkles forming around his eyes, the hurt evident through the love and the lies. His blue eyes sparkled through the black and white, with the knowing and familiar dancing light. Shot and wounded, but still smiling. Soldiers around him, dying whilst trying. Orphan and lonely, but still smiling. The light of justice, helping and guiding. Young and innocent in a world that's beguiling. My grandpa, may he rest in peace, yet still smiling.
And the outside world faded into insignificance, with windows steamed up and everything just a distant blur. All at once, everything that mattered was there, in my humming, glowing home, and the world was just me and my family. Then, Mum burst in with a radiating grin, and a child in her eyes. Bread and butter pudding, she gains. The words trickle from her grinning mouth like a tune from a musical box. We're having bread and butter pudding. She declares it like a message from a scroll, with all the majesty of an ornate gliding carriage. But really it's just bread and butter. But to her, the scent that floats on the air through the corridor is a reminder of the streets of Ellesmere Port. It lifts her and guides her north, transports her back home. And the golden, bubbling, crispy top sends her back to the grey, rainy school days. She would say it was dead days in her sudden northern way. And the sizzling of burnt sugar sparks a memory of waiting for her dad on a gritty city brick wall, as he returns from work and hugs her tight, like I hug her now, because what to her is plain unforgettable, to me it's unforgettably plain and soggy slipping from my spoon, because where to her it feels like home and familiarity and love, to me, well, it's just bread and butter.
This is a short poem that I jotted down in session 2. This is how it goes. When she's angry, my silence speaks. When she's happy, my smile speaks. When she cries, my eyes speak. When she talks, my ears speak. When she loves me, my heart speaks. Who is she? My mother.
Thank you.
Her heart is made of steel because she doesn't know how to feel. Honesty is what escapes from her mouth. Everyone says her words goes out. She's rude, but she doesn't even realize it. She just wants people to understand without emphasizing it. She's misunderstood, clearly a fault in her childhood. Great. So for all the rude comments, she doesn't understand it yet. Friends tell her to be nice, but she doesn't even want to hear it. Truly she needs help and friend to conquer all of it. The devil has filled her mind with useless thoughts to hear. Her tongue is a sword, don't even try to fight it. She's clearly not an angel, but she's better than the devil. She's on a completely different level. She wants to change. She wants to change to show some love, but she's fearful, like she'll hurt a dog. But that doesn't matter because it's time to start fresh. Together we start step by step.
My mother was boiling the pot while I looked after my sisters. My dad would arrive at night time from his mini cabin and sit down to eat with my mother, while I screamed my sister when she fell over. And then my family relatives came by in the Land Rover. My mum asked him to like tea like any other typical Bengali adult. My sister said, "Gee, Dilam." All 7 of my cousins would come out the door, and 2 more from their boots and 2 more from under the seat. This was a typical family who doesn't have a car big enough for the kids, pretending that if they do, they'll get a surprise treat. They brought full I would do. I gave mine to my sister and she stopped crying. Then the spices of ginger hit my nose like a wrecking. My mum must be cooking lamb, my favourite.
I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of, it teaches you a lot of different things of like, it's hard to explain. It teaches you different things about different people's lives and how they live. And it's kind of like if you read a poem out to someone, they see a difference between their life and your life. And it's kind of a good thing to write about yourself so someone can notice what you feel and how you feel about different things. Yeah.